All right, today is Thursday, second day of April, and second day of the new trading month. I am down $0 on the day, also up $0 on the day. And yeah, no trades taken. Unfortunately, I could not find an entry. I don't think price action was bad necessarily, but there was just no entry for me, unfortunately. Bias, I was actually bearish today just because of this move we had overnight. I remember yesterday I was talking about this low volume node from over here. And I was like, oh, this will probably get filled in. And it did end up getting filled in. And from there, I guess, I mean, in that context, it makes sense we would be bullish. But I was bearish until we got above this, because I figured this is a good spot for price to potentially reverse. And we actually had an open lower. I'm just going to speed through this a lot because let me just make sure my contract size. Yeah, okay, 100. So I guess we did have an open higher. I just remember we didn't take this low down here, and it was kind of weird. We ended up leaving this low. And this low, you know, if we'd taken this, I definitely would have been looking for longs. I think I was still looking for shorts here. But, I mean, I didn't get a setup today, so, like, I was getting edged, like, pretty much every setup. Like, there were so many times where I thought I was getting a setup, but actually wasn't. And we end up hitting this low volume node. And when we hit this low volume node, like, when we kind of got past, like, you know, this area right here, when we get past value area high with this kind of close, I kind of figured we might just go up with, like, no retraces up to this low volume node. And unfortunately, yeah, there was not really any setups. I mean, when there's no retraces, for me, there's not really setups. So here I was thinking, okay, this is probably like a bunch of stop losses maybe. I don't know. I thought this could definitely be a reversal point. The way we reacted off this low volume node. I was still looking for longs at this point just because of, I mean, we had this big move up. But this right here, this was the only setup that actually ended up giving me entry confirmation. But this was way too high. So this would have been the trade. Obviously, the risk reward was not there for this, but I was looking at this setup here when this seller was absorbed here, and I was like, okay, you know, if I had gotten an entry down here, this would have been a trade I would have taken, and this would have been the only trade on the day I would have taken. It would have been a good trade, but once we blow through this low volume node, I'm like, holy shit, like, we are ripping. And here I was looking for longs still, obviously, and there was technically another setup here. I don't know, like, how I ever would have taken this setup, though, that happens. So here, we keep absorbing buyers. I'm like, damn, dude, like, we push above these highs. We get a bunch of absorption. I'm like, okay, like, doesn't really look as bullish anymore, but, I mean, at this point, we're above this low volume node. So here, so this was another, like, I was looking at this range, basically. When I saw this, I think, was there a low volume node in here? No, there wasn't. This would have been like a C setup if I could somehow have, if this had happened at value area low, but, like, I was looking at this and I was like, what range would I have taken this? Like, this is the only range I can really take. And then they're like, yeah, I mean, oh, maybe it was this one, actually. Yeah, it was this one right here. Again, we're not hitting value area low. We're not hitting any low volume node. Like, this technically, if this had been, like, if we had been at a key level here, like, value area low or a low volume node, I could have taken this. But, again, I mean, it just gets edged and, like, again, like, I don't know where I would have had to draw this profile to make this, like, I never would have taken this. Unfortunate. Again, unfortunate, because that would have been a decent entry, too. And then we just end up getting this news candle. And at this point, I was like, okay, I actually had a good trade off a news candle yesterday, so I was looking at this range right here. We kind of just started going down, and there was a big low volume node. I think it was this range, or yeah, maybe it was. There was a big low volume node here as well. There's like a lot of low volume nodes here. A lot of different areas we could have reacted off of. And on the so at this point also, I noticed like volume was still very high, but we weren't getting very many big trades, so I ended up putting this to 80. And there was actually a 5-minute setup here. But I don't really take 5-minute setups, honestly. So I saw this on the 5-minute. I was like, ooh, this 5-minute looks pretty bullish. Decent setup here, yeah. So right here, there is a buyer that enters. I think it's right on top of that seller. I don't know if I can see it right, but there was a buyer here that I could have bought with. Yeah, so right here. So I think my volume profile was actually drawn off of the start of this news candle. Or I don't know. It was somewhere in here. I just remember this being decent. I mean, there was a low volume node here. Like, this could have been a trade as well. Entering here. I mean, I don't know how high the conviction really would have been that we would have taken this candle. Especially because on the 5-minute, this starts to look like shit. Like, it starts to look good, right? It's looking good here. And then it just... I mean, that doesn't look very good. And then the 5-minute just starts to chop around, like, with pretty much nothing going on. And I was looking for setups inside this, and there was just nothing. Like, we just kept blowing through every value area low and low volume node. Like, there was literally, like, this is, like, untradeable. This is really hard to trade. I should say, not untradeable, but it's very hard to trade this. And then I was still waiting here. I was just sitting here, and this was, like, the last setup I was considering. Was this. I mean, this is what I got to resort to today. But, again, no buyer entering, no confirmation at all. And we ended up ripping through that. And at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I've been sitting here for 2 hours waiting for a setup. And all we're doing is just chopping sideways. And it's not like you can't get setups in this movement. But, I mean... where, like, there's no... I just was so confused as to where the market wanted to go. Like, the 5-minute back here, it looked like we were going to go up. But at this point, I was like, well, I mean, I have no idea where the market's going to go. Honestly, at this point, it's really 50-50. Like, I could have stayed on here. I could have tried to take this internal, like, these internal trades inside this structure. But this is just so hard to trade, dude. Like, every low-volume node gets traded through. And we just kind of continually compress into this range. And, I mean, I'm playing this for... I haven't seen this price action. It looks like, okay, so maybe we're going to break out. I don't even know what ends up happening here. Let's see if there was any setups I would have taken. Could I have taken this? Let's see. Messed it up. Could I have taken this? Oh, there's a low volume node here. I guess I could have taken this. I don't know if I would have, honestly, because there's no way. Like, this is not high probability at all. Oh, this is where we are right now. Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know. I guess I could have taken this, but, dude, like, this is... It's very unclear, very unclear. So that was the day. Hopefully we can get some better price action tomorrow.